Let's begin today with a new series that we're launching on Bitcoin facts, and here's one that may surprise you. So Bitcoin fact number 1, did you know that the FBI has a huge Bitcoin wallet? Yeah, it's true. When the FBI shut down the operations of the dark web marketplace, Silk Road, it became the owner of approximately 175,000 Bitcoins. Okay, so let's expand on the whole Silk Road saga. Launched in February 2011, Silk Road was an online black market and the first modern dark net market. It was only accessible through the Tor anonymizing network. Silk Road allowed the trading of all sorts of illegal goods and services, from malicious software to hard drugs, through a user-friendly Amazon-like interface. Its founder was known by the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts, also known as DPR. Silk Road relied on Bitcoin due to its hard-to-trace payment system. Silk Road was profitable, and DPR amassed a multi-million-dollar fortune in Bitcoin. But in October of 2013, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, shut down the website and arrested Ross Ulbricht under the charges of being the site's pseudonymous founder, Dread Pirate Roberts. The FBI did a long series of transactions, each for 324 Bitcoins, recorded in the public Bitcoin ledger. When typed into a phone's numeric pad, the number 324 spells FBI. The FBI has two major Bitcoin wallets. As far as seized Silk Road coins, there are 26,000 Bitcoin that were left in an escrow account of Silk Road, which was being used to exchange money between the marketplace's users and dealers, was transferred to one wallet. And then you have the DPR seized coins. About 144,000 Bitcoins directly received from Ulbricht's wallet were transferred to the second. So how have people reacted to this? Well, some radical libertarians started sending micro donations to the FBI wallets, ranging from 0.00001 Bitcoin to about 0.0001 Bitcoin. Big difference there. They included messages as well, some of which included, quote, "Prohibition doesn't work, stop ruining people's lives," and "Members of the FBI, you are more interested in control, or are you more interested in justice?" Then there was an auction on the 27th of June 2014. The U.S. Marshals Service sold 29,657 Bitcoins in 10 blocks in an online auction estimated to be worth $18 million at the time. Tim Draper bought the Bitcoins at the auction with an estimated worth of $17 million to lend them to a Bitcoin startup called Vorum, which is working in developing countries of emerging markets. Some other quick facts: on the 6th of November 2013, Silk Road 2.0 came online, run by a former administrator of Silk Road. It was also shut down, and the alleged operator was arrested on the 6th of November 2014, a year later, as part of the so-called Operation Onimus. During investigations, it was found that DEA agent Carl Force and Secret Service agents Sean Bridges were stealing Bitcoins while investigating Silk Road. They were sent to prison. Okay, let's get right back into our new series on cryptocurrency facts. Here is Bitcoin fact number 2. According to research by blockchain analysis company Chain Analysis, which Luno works with, as of the end of 2017, almost 4 million Bitcoin could be considered lost. Since then, it is safe to guess that the number might have reached 5 million. This is almost 30% of the total Bitcoin circulating supply of 17 million. So there are some ways by which Bitcoin could have been lost, such as they're either lost or discarded devices, hard drives, in other words, forgetting about the Bitcoin that you have stored, sending that Bitcoin to the incorrect address, and then, of course, forgotten private keys and password. Some of the stories are as follows. One of the earliest reported Bitcoin losses was in mid-2010 when Stoneman, one of Bitcoin Talk Forum's earliest users, reported, quote, lost large number of Bitcoins in his post. Stoneman had purchased 9,000 Bitcoin from the first ever exchange and then tried to send one coin from his wallet to a different address. During that time, every wallet needed to be backed up after each transaction, which Stoneman did not do. Satoshi himself replied to Stoneman, quote, Bitcoin doesn't usually empty your wallet with each transaction. It uses the smallest set of coins it can find to add up to near the amount. In this case, unfortunately, his wallet had a single 9,000 Bitcoin bill in it, and it had to break to get 1 Bitcoin and 8,999 Bitcoin in change. Today, it is no longer necessary to back up your wallet after every transaction. In another example, James Howells, an IT worker from Newport, claims to have unintentionally dumped 7,500 Bitcoin in mid-2013. Quote, "After I had stopped mining, the laptop I had used was broken into parts and sold on eBay. However, I kept the hard drive in a drawer at home, knowing it contained my Bitcoin private keys, so that if Bitcoin did become valuable one day, I would still have the coins I had mined. And then in mid-2013, during a clear out, the hard drive, then worth a few £100,000, was mistakenly thrown out and put into a general waste bin at my local landfill site, after which it was buried on the site," he told The Telegraph. Bitcoin was valued at about $130 when the hard drive was thrown away. Bitcoin fact number 3, or the biggest Bitcoin hack, was the creation of 184 billion Bitcoin in 2010. Have you heard about this one? Until now, Bitcoin Wiki has listed a total of 40 bugs in the network of different forms, but none came anywhere close to the integer overflow incident. On August 15th, 2010, core developer Jeff Garzik noticed that the Bitcoin block 74,638 had some quite strange transaction outputs. Each transaction on the block stood at a whopping 92.2 billion Bitcoin apiece. The bug is known as the integer overflow bug. A Bitcoin Talk user explained the bug. Quote, "Normally the inputs are equal to the outputs of a transaction. The exception is when there is a fee charged for the transaction. The net allows anyone to voluntarily pay any amount for a fee. So when the sum was negative, the difference from the input looked like a fee. It slipped through all the checks. Core developers Gavin Anderson and Satoshi Nakamoto fixed the error within 5 hours of its occurrence by releasing a patched Bitcoin client, version 0.3.10, which ignored the excess coins. This was a hard fork, so 2 different versions of Bitcoin existed in the immediate hours after version 0.3.1 was released. Satoshi monitored the competing blockchains closely and urged miners not to mine the bad chain because doing so would make it take longer for the good chain to become the dominant chain. Just 19 hours after the incident began, the good chain became the dominant chain according to Satoshi. The bad chain still existed and disrupted some users for at least the next day, but ultimately, the good chain generated from version 0.3.1 became the Bitcoin blockchain everybody uses today. The process was easy, as at that time, there were very few miners. Do be sure you are following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into our website. There it is, altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Hey, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. But we hope to see you again, as always, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, in our next video. Take care.